This is a college football playoff quarterfinal game at the Peach Bowl. It's the Michigan Wolverines against the Texas A&M Aggies. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler along with Joel Klatt. We are excited for this quarterfinal game, and Holly Rowe joins us on the sidelines with some of the key storylines.
Guys, I caught up with the Texas A&M head coach before the game. He understands his running back has had so much attention, winning the Heisman Trophy, all of the rounds that he makes with those banquets and awards. But now is the time to turn their focus back to winning this big playoff game. He understands the box will be loaded. The defense will have all of their attention on trying to stop the running back. He said the balance we have to strike here early in the first quarter is get other guys involved, make them loosen up that box, and show them that we're more than just one player. Back to you.
All right, thanks, Holly. Good stuff. And it comes out of the 25. No return attempted there. Off the play fake, looking to throw. On the move now. He lets it go on the move. That is broken up and incomplete.
Great defense here and really good timing, because anytime you're going to bat that ball away, there's always a chance you're going to arrive too early and create a pass interference. But here the defender times it perfectly, swats it away for an incompletion.
Stopped right there at the line. No gain.
This has always been a pet peeve of mine from a quarterback perspective, is these nondescript run plays against what is clearly a run-oriented defense. You've got to have the opportunity to throw play action, create some sort of little RPO, give the decision to the quarterback and not just calling this on the sideline.
Important moment early in this playoff game. Opening drive, they face third down. Dropping back, they're going to throw for the first down. Cannot connect, incomplete, and now fourth down.
Boy, defense gets away with one there. He's wide open, and he just drops that ball. They're going to have to adjust the coverage here, because clearly this quarterback, he's seeing it well. He found the open man. They're not going to miss many of those.
No fair catch. Looking to make a return here. Oh, and he's got a crease here. Look out. Can he make it? He goes out of bounds inside the 45. And it's intercepted. He's stepped in front of that bullet. Look out, he's in the clear. Bursts into space. Touchdown, Michigan. 6 points for the defense in this playoff game. What a moment.
Well, this is worst-case scenario for an offense to start a playoff game. You feel like you've got some points. You've got a good drive going early in the game. And the defense is able to turn it away and create points for themselves. That's a massive momentum swing. Great job by that defense.
So after putting up the touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away. Returner trying to create good field position. Excellent work by the coverage team. He's brought down after just a short return. And the Aggies offense is back on the field now. They have got to bounce back on this possession after throwing a pick 6 last time out here. They'll try the ground game here with the running back.
Well, we've seen this all year, and leaning on the running back, getting things started on the ground. This is why he's got over 1,000 yards, and today is going to be no different. They've got to establish the run in order to get to the play-action pass later.
Second down play coming up. To the air, it's Reed. Grabbed by the receiver. And the defense grabs him after the completion. He's just short of a first down. After the completion, we'll stop to check out an injured player on the field. It's a sophomore linebacker. An important third down attempt for this offense. And the quarterback tucks it and takes off as a design run. Got an opening here. QB breaking away. He's in the clear. Touchdown, Aggies, as they fight back here in this playoff game. Very satisfying drive, and perhaps a relief to finally get into the end zone to match the score from the other side in this playoff game.
Chris, it can certainly present some nervy moments when you go down in a big game and be able to answer and match this score. This is a huge moment for this offense and this team, and now they can play with a bit more freedom, in particular on the defensive side, maybe get a little bit more aggressive. I think trying to create a turnover or a short field for their offense on the ensuing possession is going to be a big moment.
Got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. And he'll lead the kickoff right there. We'll start from the 25. And the Michigan offense back out on the field. Pre-snap motion from the offense. Play action here on first down. He's looking deep down the middle. That deep shot is caught for a big gain. Breaks into the clear right down the middle. End zone ahead. Touchdown, Wolverines. A catch and run by the big tight end. What a weapon this guy is.
That is exactly what the doctor ordered in this situation. Tight ball game, and they drive the length of the field. Great execution from everyone on the offensive side to go all the way down the field and put it in the end zone.
Point after, knocked right through. Kickoff team out there, they are fired up after just scoring a touchdown. Fielded in the end zone. It's Edwards. He'll be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there. Here comes the Texas A&M offense back on the field. Great possession last time. They punch it into the end zone. Can the defense come up with a stop this time? Offense will keep it on the ground here. The gain is 3 yards, so 2nd and 7.
Well, now this defense is in a perfect situation. You're creating an obvious passing situation for the offense, and you can get these pass rushers going. Get them out on the edge, let them get after the quarterback, and create havoc in the backfield.
And he will be stuffed for no gain.
I don't know what this quarterback is looking at. It's an RPO, a run-pass option. That is clearly a pass read. Look at the defense sell out in the run game, and they're able to get him down for a loss.
Dropping back, it's Reed. And a short pitch and catch to the tight end. He's tackled short of the 30, but that's good enough for a first down.
Well, this is the advantage of a good quality big tight end, is that he can basically just post up the defense on a third down and you create a first down for your offense. This is the type of mismatch.
He's got a crease. They bring him down, but it's a big gainer for the 47. The Aggies hustle to the line to run the hurry up.
They've got to change something up on defense because this defensive line is just not holding up. They're not winning at the line of scrimmage. These are huge, massive holes being created by the O-line, and the back is just taking advantage of it. They're going to have to commit more resources to stopping the run.
Loss on the completion sets up a 2nd and long now.
Well, as the coaches told us, it was going to be a huge key to create negative yardage plays, in particular on first down. Defense is able to do it here.
The senior able to make the stop after a short gain. So the offense getting set. This is not where you want to be against this defense. 3rd and long. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Coming after him. Scrambling, now he'll make the throw. And it's incomplete. They let it fly on 3rd down, but now it brings up 4th.
You're rolling to your right like that as a right-handed quarterback. I love the idea of trying to take a shot down the field. You can see it really well. You've got the momentum, and you can throw it accurately moving that direction, but they're just unable to connect.
And the Aggies will come to the line here looking to convert on 4th down. brought down. A sack will end this drive. Huge play here by the defense. This guy has been really hard to block all season long, Joe. He told us he is so eager to step up and make an impact during this playoff game.
And offensively, they told us they were going to have to know where he's at and slide the protection, do something to adjust the protection so that he didn't have a one-on-one opportunity. At this point, you've got to put a tight end on that side, allow a running back to go chip on that side. You cannot allow him to have a free rush.
And it's incomplete even in a first down throw. He was under some heavy pressure.
Well, we knew this was going to be a key for this defense. They had to impact the quarterback, make him feel you in that pass rush, and they're able to get to him and hit him as he throws. That play right there, that'll pay dividends the rest of the game.
So after the incompletion, it's second down. And the ball is handed off out of the shotgun. 6-yard gain sets up a 3rd and 4.
Yeah, Chris, I like this play right here because after a 2nd and 10, what you want is just a manageable 3rd down. I've always thought, like, hey, get half of this back, create a 3rd down that's more manageable for the play caller and for the quarterback, and that's exactly what they've done here.
Solid gain on the running play. 3rd down now. Running back with the football. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
I think the mark of a great defense is not just a defense that can get off the field and create stops, but it's also a defense that builds into those stops. For me, it's negative yardage plays. When you can go out there and create a loss, a tackle for loss, now you're really doing something. They're able to do that right here.
Down. He's throwing for it. It's complete. That's enough for a first down. Breaking into the clear. Touchdown, Wolverines. No chance to catch him there.
What I love about this throw is that it is on time. And when you're on time, you can complete the ball in tight windows. You can allow for yards after the catch, all of it. And here, they're able to get the completion for the touchdown. Beautiful job by this quarterback.
And the point after is good. So after putting up the touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away. Bringing it out, it's Edwards. He'll be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there. Offense out there for the first play of this drive from the 18. And they'll run it out of the shotgun. And he's stopped after gaining 4 yards. So 2nd and 6. The Aggies hustle to the line to run the hurry up.
Well, this is exactly what you need to do on first down is continue to stay on schedule and keep your quarterback out of those long yardage passing situations. The run game is doing a good job, and you got to give the credit to the offensive line. Continue to churn yards on first.
Defense is coming after him. Pulls it in. It's Edwards. He's got space. That's a solid gain to move the sticks as the first quarter clock winds down. It's Michigan in front at the end of the quarter. We've reached the end of one in this quest to move one step closer to a national championship. Let's check out the stats so far. Crucial stage of the game as we begin the second quarter. Is this one going to get out of hand? Back at it to start the quarter. Offense getting set to run a first down play. Looking to throw. It's Reed. He lets it rip. Finds a man open on the right side downfield. They finally stop a big play. Moves the ball to the 22. And from the shotgun, an inside handoff.
This defense has got to play better up front, in particular on first down. This offense continues to just gain yards on first down, churning out 4, 5, 6 yards, and staying out of obvious passing situations. This defensive line has got to start winning their one-on.
Touchdown, Texas A&M. Add 6 more points to the total.
Chris, I always talk about it. Timing and accuracy from the quarterback, create these yards after the catch, and here he's able to put the ball on time and on target, and it affords the wide receiver the ability to run after the catch into the end zone. That is beautiful football, offensive football 101.
Comes out of the 25. No return attempted there. And the Wolverines offense is back on the field. Tight end goes in motion before the snap. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. Passes the 40. And he goes out of bounds just short of the 40.
I love this little change-up early in the game because you're attacking different areas of this defense. We've seen them attack in the middle, throw the football on the outside, and now attacking the edge with this little touch pass, forcing the defense to cover every blade of grass. This is what I love from a play caller, of designing a game plan and really attacking early to see where the holes in the defense will be.
Oh, and he's going backwards. The Wildcat look did not fool this defense at all.
Boy, really good job by this defense. Look at him just swarm the ball carrier. He's got nowhere to go. It's just really a no-chance carry for the ball carrier, and a great tackle in the backfield.
Didn't expect to lose 4 in the first down run. Set up now 2nd and 14. And they'll give it to the back. Fighting off the defender. Oh, he fought hard there, broke a tackle, but brought down short of the sticks.
This is a solid job offensively. After that first down play, it puts them behind the chains. Now they're able to get themselves in a position where they've got a manageable third down opportunity. At least as a play caller, now you feel like you've got more at your disposal rather than straight drop back pass.
Drops back, needing a third down completion here. This one's going to fall incomplete. Brings up 4th down.
That's the money down that defensive coordinators always talk to us about, Chris. They talk about running their exotic coverages, doing something a little bit different in order to confuse the quarterback and get off the field on third down, and here they're able to do that.
The Wolverines will have to punt this one away. And on 4th down, the punter sends it away. It looks like no return here as that punt heads out of bounds. And here comes the Texas A&M offense back on the field. The passing game was clicking beautifully in the last drive, right down for a touchdown. Let's see if they can do it again. Tackle made after a solid gain. Will spot the ball to 31. And the Aggies come up to the line in a hurry-up.
Chris, there are some players that when they have the ball in their hands, they just hate to be tackled. And that's this guy. He's always fighting for extra yardage, and here he's able to get 2, 3, 4, 5 extra yards after contact.
They bring him down after a short gain there. A solid gain of 7 on the completion. Sets him up now 2nd and 3. Hand it off. Looks like Texas A&M will have the first down. Fresh set of downs for the offense. First down.
I just love these playoff environments. It's the first half. You get a first down on a run play, and it feels big. Anytime you move the chains, you can stay on the field offensively. You're trying to build momentum, get the ball down for a score.
It's the 2-minute timeout of what's been a really competitive game so far. Chance for the offense to take the lead before the break. First down, right back to the running game. They bring them down, but a solid 9-yard gain sets up a 2nd and short. They'll have to hurry now. 2nd down with the clock ticking.
Well, I know every defense wants to play great and get off the field on third down, but they're not giving themselves
And now it's fumbled. What a decision. The offense able to fall on it and avoid the turnover. Got lucky that time. Now the Wolverines call a timeout. It's their first. Chance to talk over what they're going to call here on third down. Offense facing third and short, approaching midfield. Can they convert here, or will they face a tough fourth down decision? Pre-snap motion from the receiver, and they'll spend a timeout here. The play clock was winding down. Strategy session before this third down play. Offense facing third and short, approaching midfield. Can they convert here, or will they face a tough fourth down decision? Looking to throw. It's Reed. He'll try a pass here. Caught near the sticks. It's Owens. Breaking, refusing to be stopped on this play. He goes out of bounds, but he's inside the 25. The Aggies will hustle to the line to run the hurry-up offense.
Well, this is why first and second down success is so critical. You give yourself a third and short, and now you can throw it or run it. And a lot of us thought they were going to run it here, but you can still put this ball in the air, and the quarterback is able to get a nice completion, and they're able to move the chains.
The defense swarms him in the backfield. He had nowhere to run, loses 2 yards. Been a really solid drive, and now a challenge here coming up on 2nd and 13.
This is exactly what pops up on film in preparing for this defense. His recognition, getting into the backfield, stopping plays before they ever get started. Look how fast he recognizes what's going on, and then his instincts to go make the tackle.
Looks right for a quick completion. Heading for the end zone. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Aggies. Well, that's exactly what they were looking for, this offense. We talked about the importance of scoring before halftime, and now Joe getting the ball to begin the next half, a real chance to build momentum.
Chris, the opportunity to double up, it's so big in these games. This is exactly why you defer if you win the coin toss, so you can have this chance, and it's icing on the cake if you can get the late second quarter score. Now you can go in at halftime, make the adjustments, and come out with your best stuff in the early third quarter drive.
In the first play of the drive now from the 25. Looking to throw it on first down. Looking for a man deep on the right side.
When we talked with the coaches, they said this was their concern. Their offensive line trying to hold up against this pass rush. And here, right away, they've got the quarterback under duress.
At the 25, it's 2nd and 10. Can they make it a third and manageable here? The defense showing blitz here. He keeps it on the design run. And the freshman brings him down quickly. And now Texas A&M calls their 2nd timeout. They still have 1 more in their pocket for the rest of the half. Offense facing a 3rd and long from the 28. Got to have your pass protection in order in this play. The offense with some pre-snap eye candy. Bringing pressure. The sophomore calls his own number and keeps this drive moving.
Well, you get into these big games in the playoff, every first down feels big, and here the opportunity to scramble and move the chains. This is just a terrific job by the quarterback. I've always said, Chris, and it's even more important here in this situation, you've got to be able to scramble for 2, 3, 4 first downs a game, move the chains with your legs as a quarterback, and here he's able to do that.
Michigan will call time here, their 2nd. They still have 1 more in their pocket for the rest of the half.
Keeping the defense honest with the run game, always important. Plus, this offense is staying on schedule.
What's the play call here on 2nd down for this offense? linebackers making some adjustments now. Quarterback looking to throw it on second down. Caught near the sticks. It's Hanson. Finally make the tackle, but not before he crosses midfield. First down to the 44. The Wolverines come to the line in a hurry up. And here's the handoff. Tackle made after a nice pickup on the play. The offense comes back out there. Not much time left. Perhaps just time for a couple plays before the half. Looking downfield near the end zone. And the pass is dropped. Would have been a big gain, but he couldn't hold on.
Oh, this is so demoralizing to a quarterback. You think you execute and you throw a touchdown pass, but the defense times it up perfectly and they jar the ball loose. It is tough to recover from this on the next snap for a quarterback.
Keeping it on the ground here and brought down at the line with that big defensive tackle. And now Michigan chooses to use their third and final timeout. And that's all they've got remaining here in the first half. So with only a few seconds left in the half, the field goal unit comes out of the field. And the Aggies will now spend their third and final timeout. And that's all they've got remaining here in the first half. So with only a few seconds left in the half, out comes the field goal unit, trying to knock it through from 48 yards away. And he's got it from 48 yards out, showing off the big leg. And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update. And the Wolverines will kick it off to begin the second half. They'll return it from inside the 5. He's tackled at the 21. That's where the drive will start. And the Texas A&M offense heads back out onto the field. They've been efficient. Scoring hasn't really been the problem, but they got to keep scoring the way their defense is going. To throw, it's Reed. Caught over the middle, it's Owens. They bring down the receiver, but that's a nice gain on that play. The completion sets them up just a yard for the marker here on second down. In the backfield, it's Johnson. And the runner steps out of bounds, but does have enough yardage to pick up the first down. So a nice throw by the quarterback. He's had a productive day. He hasn't been perfect. Joel, can he make a play here to put his team on top?
Well, Chris, I think you put it perfectly there because, again, it's about the short memory. You erase those mistakes made previously in this game, and you think about the execution moving forward, the plays that you could make, the details of what you need to do from this point moving forward. If you're able to do that with that short memory, then you can go have success and come back in this game. Well, the key to third down success is being good on first down. And here the defense does a great job on first down of bowing up and stopping the run. And that's the key to this thing. If you can create long yardage situations, now they have to throw the football, and that pass rush can start getting after it.
And it looks like the quarterback's going to run it. Getting close to midfield now. They bring him down to the 47.
It's always important to stay on schedule as an offense. It allows you to have full disposal of your playbook, and you don't get into those obvious passing situations. So even though they're not moving the chains here, this is what I would call a very successful play because you're on schedule.
They're going to throw for it on third and short. Grab near the sticks. It's Edwards. He goes out of bounds inside the 45.
Wow, what a clutch conversion on third down there. You're trailing in the playoff here in the second half of the game. You've got to keep your offense on the field, and they're able to execute and move the chains. That's a good job for a first down.
The offense continuing to build momentum. It's 1st and 10. Takes the handoff. It's Edwards. It'll be smothered right at the line for no gain.
That's really solid defense, being gap sound here in their defensive front seven. And they're doing a great job against this run game. They knew that that was going to be a point of emphasis here today. They wanted to stop the run first, and they're doing that.
Now it's 2nd down here. Pass broken up there. Nice play by the linebacker.
Boy, this defense is very good. I've been impressed, Chris, in particular on film, how many times they knock the football away. These defenders are just always unfazed, make it very difficult on any offense to complete the ball.
They're backed up here, trying to make something happen on 3rd and long. Out of the shotgun, he hands it off. Oh, and he did not get there. The defense rising up against this elite 3rd down offense.
I think his best strength is havoc plays. He's constantly in the backfield. It doesn't matter if you're throwing the football, he's after the quarterback. You're running the football, he's in the backfield, tackling the running back. He's constantly in the backfield, which is just a pressure situation if you're on offense.
The offense still on the field to go for it on 4th and 11. Early movement there will cost the offense 5 yards. Pretty easy call for the head coach. He will accept that penalty, of course. So 4th and a mile here. The offense is on the field to go for it. Scanning the field. It's Reed. Lets it go quickly. Oh, that one's picked off. Tackled after the return, but a huge takeaway. Could be a momentum shift right there. With pre-snap movement of its own. On 1st down, it's play action. Now the pass rush gets home.
This is a no-chance play as a quarterback. This defensive end is getting off the ball so quickly. He is electric. That first step, he gets to the quarterback so quick. He's got nothing to do but protect the football, and thankfully for the offense, he's able to do so.
Tight end goes in motion. It's a run to the left. He's wrapped up nicely there by the freshman.
Stopping the run is about being sound fundamentally and schematically. You got to be where you're supposed to be in your gap, but then you got to fight. And this defense is fighting off blocks, making tackles. They're doing a really nice job.
They come to the line, a long way to go for the 1st down, but needing this crucial conversion right now. Moving the receiver around pre-snap. Looking to throw it on 3rd and very long. Gets the ball up as he's hit, but it's incomplete.
This offense has got to stay out of these 3rd and long situations. This pass rush is too good, and here, more evidence of that. They get pressure, contact the quarterback as he throws, and now it's 4th down.
The Wolverines will send their punt team onto the field. They'll kick it away here. And the returner heads out of bounds. Here comes the Aggies offense back out there. They had some good things going in the last drive, but it ended suddenly with the pick. Let's see what they can do here. And the wideout goes in motion. To throw, it's Reed. And it's incomplete. The defender arrived the same time as the football, and now it's second down.
Really good timing from this secondary. The contact arrives right when the ball arrives, and it's able to dislodge it. Great job from them. Incomplete pass.
After the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 29. An inside give now from the... It's a fumble! Oh, and they pick it up. It's still a live ball.
They are so fortunate that they're able to jump on that fumble, and somebody's got to get to this running back and tell him to calm down. Ball security is at a premium in these big games. He's got to start holding on to the football.
Third down play for this offense. Takes the snap and takes off on the run. Brought down short of that first down. It's going to set up a 4th and 4. It's 4th down and 4. Trying to keep the drive going. And the quarterback dropping back. And the pressure's on. Finds a receiver in the middle of the field. He'll be ruled down there, but a 4th down conversion with plenty to spare.
This defense has them right where they want them. It is a long 4th down situation, and yet the execution from the quarterback and wide receiver.
Had an opening here. They make the tackle, but the offense has a first down now at the 21. The first down on the ground, that's been something that's been hard to come by for this offense here. There's still time, though, to get the running game going.
Chris, it has been tough sledding running the football. Even that first down run, there's just not a lot of room, not a lot of success. It seems like this defense is fully committed to stopping the run game. Maybe time for a play-action pass? I think it should be coming up. Well, Chris, it's kind of like rinse and repeat on these sets of downs here. Quality run on first down, move the chains on 2nd and 3rd down, and stay on the field. This line is doing one heck of a job, in particular on first down.
Looking to pass. It's Reed. Catch made on the left side. Touchdown, Texas A&M. And that will give them the lead now.
I don't think you can be a great offense in modern football without a running back that can catch it out of the backfield. What a great job of the quarterback, understanding the coverage, finding his open man, and that's a touchdown to the back.
No problem with PAT right down the middle. Got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. And he'll lead the kickoff right there. We'll start from the 25. In the first play of the drive now from the 25. Now offense with some pre-snap motion. Here comes a first down pass attempt. Oh, they trap him for a sack.
That is not how you want to start this drive. Other than turning it over, that's about the worst thing that can happen. Now they're way behind the chains and they're off schedule. And Chris, at this point, you're looking to maybe get half of this back. The only thing that you should be trying to do on this second down play call is get to a position where you've got 3rd and manageable to try to move the sticks.
2nd and long from the 14. He's looking to throw. He's running out of time here. And that pass is way off the mark. Not sure who he meant to throw that ball to.
This is exactly what this defense wanted to do. As they talked to us in our meetings leading up to this game, they said, we got to hurry this quarterback, get him off of his spot, and disrupt the timing of the passing game. And here, he is clearly hurried by this pass rush.
The offense will line up. Chance for a couple more plays before the end of the quarter. Now in third and very long, looking to throw. Moves out of the pocket. He'll throw it deep down the middle of the field. That one knocked away, incomplete. Good job by the defense to end the third quarter. As we break for the quarter, it's Texas A&M on top. As we've reached the end of three, time is running out in this crucial contest for both these programs to stay alive in the quest for a national championship. Let's check out the game summary before we move on. The Wolverines will bring their punt team on the field now. And on fourth down, the punter sends it away. He'll field it close to midfield. He's brought down, but a good effort to make something of that return. And now Texas A&M calls their second timeout. They've got one more timeout to use now. They'll run this play from the pistol formation. Looking for a gap. It's Edwards. He's got a crease. And he breaks loose down the left side. It's a foot race. All the way to the end zone. What a play. Touchdown, Aggies. That's just power football. This team out of the SEC believe they have a big edge at the line of scrimmage. That play shows why. Joel, if they can keep this up, looks like they're closing in on a big victory.
Well, they should have a lot of belief in that line of scrimmage because when you turn on the tape every single week, this offensive line pushing forward, winning that line of scrimmage, and they're doing it again here today.
And it comes out to the 25. No return attempted there. And the Michigan offense comes back out on the field. Motion by the back will make the defense adjust. From the shotgun, it's a handoff. Well, they test the middle there, but get nothing.
I've always been a big believer that you build defenses front to back and inside out. There is nowhere to go in the middle of this field right now. They're doing a great job of not allowing that offensive line to gain traction at the line of scrimmage. It's a beautiful stuff.
Diving grab. What a play by that receiver. And the Wolverines come to the line looking to crank up the tempo. And there's the handoff. A gain of 2 yards. Now it's second down and 8.
Oh, that's a really good job by the defense. Being gap sound, there's nowhere to go for this running back because of the fundamental football being played on the opposite side. This defense is where they need to be, and then they're making the tackle. Really good job defensively.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Offense looking to throw the ball. It's intercepted. The defense snipped out the screen pass. Breaks clear over the right side. Can they chase him down? Touchdown, Texas A&M. A defensive score in this playoff game. Wow.
He's in a position, Chris, where he just has to force the football down the field, and the defense is taking advantage of that. What an incredible performance by this group all around, offensively, defensively, and now certainly heading for a victory.
Kickoff team out there, they are fired up after just scoring a touchdown. And he'll lead the kickoff right there. We'll start from the 25. And the the Michigan offense back out on the field. They try to run it with the option. They tackle him behind the line, a loss of 4.
Well, that is the wrong decision by the quarterback. You don't always just make decisions in the passing game. You've got to make great decisions in the run game as well. And here, the end clearly takes the quarterback, and yet he keeps it. And now it's a loss, and this offense is behind the chains.
From the shotgun, here's an inside give. That's a nice tackle there by the senior.
It's something I love about this defense is their discipline. Look at them stay in their rush lanes, get a nice stop.
Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a first down. And they're moving the receiver now before the snap. And he'll drop back here on 3rd down. Dumps a short throw down to the running back. Tackle made to the 41. That's a nice gain, getting closer to midfield. The Wolverines will line up on 1st and 10.
This is good situational defense from this secondary. You can tell that they want to force the ball down the field. And obviously, with this clock situation, they need to, but they're forced to check it down to the back. These defensive backs just need to continue to stay deeper than the deepest and force the quarterback into these safe passing scenarios.
The Wolverines pick up enough yardage to move the sticks. Offense moving receivers around now before the snap. And it's incomplete. Just missed the wide receiver there.
Chris, in this situation down big, this 4 vertical route concept, just have it on repeat. You basically call it every single play.
Offense lines up for a 2nd down play off the incompletion. But they tackle him after just a 2-yard gain, so it sets up a 3rd and 8. They come to the line, a long way to go for the first down, but needing this crucial conversion right now. Drops back, looking to throw for it on 3rd down. Here comes the pressure. Oh, down he goes. It's a sack. We've reached the 2-minute timeout. This offense facing some serious urgency, trying to come up with a miracle late here.
Well, it's tough for a quarterback on 3rd and long, but they just don't get the protection right here. There's nobody open. The offense is not executing at a high level. They need to get routes right at the stick so the quarterback can get the ball out of his hands.
The offense stays on the field, down multiple possessions. Easy choice. Needs a completion here on 4th down. Looking for a late, deep throw. 4th down pass is incomplete, but there's a marker down. A crucial call here. And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. Down late, they'll keep the offense on the field trying to chip away at this lead. Fourth down, looking to throw for it. Here's a fumble way behind the line of scrimmage. Offense grabs the fumble, but it's not enough for the first down. Defense makes the stop. That'll be a turnover on downs. Working clock with the ground game. Breaking tackles and going. The freshman brought down after a nice run. They continue to lean on the running back. He's had a solid game. And when you're ahead on the scoreboard, Joel, you love to be able to just turn and hand the ball off to a guy like this.
Well, Chris, this is certainly their DNA as a program. You're going to try to ride those body blows that you had early in this game to more sustained success later in the game. Look for them to continue to lean into this run game. And as we've seen in previous weeks, that's when they really start chewing up the yardage.
It's a solid run, gives the offense a first down and a new set of downs. Back to throw. It's Reed. It's the running back in the flat. Fights up a defender. Goes out of bounds, but they're inside the 15 now.
Well, I guess you can categorize this as interesting, Chris. Up 3 scores, throwing the ball late. Could be an interesting handshake. Holly, keep your eyes peeled.
Texas A&M is now operating in the red zone. Quarterback will throw this out of the RPO. Touchdown, Aggies. They continue to roll up the score. Another score as this offense continues to execute at a really high level. Look, they were expected to win this game, but coming off the layoff, Joe, we wonder, were they capable of this kind of execution? They've answered that question.
They've answered it emphatically. And, Chris, this is always the talking point. It's about the rust of the layoff. This is the conversation now surrounding this new playoff format, the expanded playoff format. How well will the higher seeds handle the break? This group has handled it incredibly well. The execution have been off the charts, and here a nice, comfortable lead after that touchdown. This group has handled it so well.
They'll hand it off. They'll try to run inside, but nowhere to go. So the running play stopped on first down. Brings up 2nd and 10 from their 25. Takes the handoff again. That's a solid gain. Moves the ball to the 29.
A massively disappointing day for this offense. They just couldn't get anything going. And here late in the game, it looks like they're content to just let the clock hit 0.
On third down, he drops to throw. Grab down the middle. It's Hansen. The tackle is made. The clock runs out, and that will do it. Very satisfying victory as this team handled their business. Expected to win. Hadn't managed that layoff. Came out, Joel, didn't look rusty. Looked ready for the moment, and they move on.
Chris, I couldn't agree more, and that was what I was most impressed with. We've seen in the history of this playoff, these teams with the long break, they will come out, and they will show some rust, and they won't execute their game plan. But this group did it beautifully here today, and it's certainly a group that is focused on the objective, which is going on to win a national championship. I certainly would not want to play this group in the semifinal.
And that's going to do it for our coverage. The loser begins pointing towards next season, while the winner takes a big step closer to a national championship. For Joel Pratt and Holly Rowe, I'm Chris Fowler. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.